Hi Stampers, welcome to Stampin' Gala. Today I'm going to share with you a card I designed for my weekend class, and it's a Halloween card that I used the Beautiful You stamp set. To start off with, I took a piece of very vanilla cardstock, which is cut at 5.5 by 7.25, and I scored it at 4.25. Now since this is a fun fold card, we're going to start from the inside out. All of these dimensions will be on my blog, so if you miss them, you can catch them on my blog at stampinggala.com. I have two pieces of cardstock, pumpkin pie that's cut at 5.25 by 4, and very vanilla that's cut at 5 by 3 3/4. We're simply going to snail these two together. Also on the inside are two more pieces of pumpkin pie, one piece of pumpkin pie and one piece of very vanilla. This is cut at 4 by 3, and the very vanilla is cut at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I used the Happy Halloween stamp from our Spooky Cat stamp set. Now since this is a photopolymer stamp, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat and stamp the image with black archival ink. Just going to stamp it right towards the top. There you go. We'll snail these two together and place that on the card. Now I hope all of you stay to the end of this video, because at the end of the video I have some special offers for you. Okay, we'll center this right in there, and the inside of the card is done. Now on the outside we're going to work with this panel, and the pumpkin pie is 5.25 by 2 3/4, and the DSP is 5 by 2.5, and we're simply going to snail these two pieces together. This pack of DSP, every single one of the designs I love, so you can virtually make this card with any of the patterns in the DSP. Bring the card back in and we'll snail that together. So then you have that. Okay, now if you notice on my card I have another panel of pumpkin pie, and there's 2 layers. I like to do that when one of them is embossed, and I embossed it with our Planks embossing folder. It kind of breaks down the fibers, so I like to give it a little more weight. So I'm snailing these together, and then I'm going to put a ribbon on it. If you're one to follow my blog or my videos, you'll notice that almost every project I do has a bow on it. So we'll tie this on here. Okay. Trim off the ends. Okay, then we're going to put snail just on the one side of the back of the panel. If you do it on the whole thing, you'll snail your card shut. If you notice, I'm lining this up with the inside of the card. There you go. So this panel is now added to the card. Next, you'll see that I have 2 more layers here, and I did do this section offline. I used our layering ovals to cut this out of pumpkin pie, and this was just like a 3 by 4 sheet piece of cardstock. And then what we're going to do is stamp the image of the woman on a piece of scratch very vanilla. Okay, and in addition to that, we're going to stamp it on a piece of the DSP. Now, don't worry about the top of the hat not being stamped on the DSP because that's going to be cut away anyway. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take your stitched framelits, oval framelit, and run this through the Big Shot. And I like to have the dress towards the bottom. We need room right here for the hat, and I don't want the dress or the legs not showing there. So I did this offline so it's ready to go. All right, now what we're going to do is just cut the image of the dress out with just a pair of paper snips. And this only takes about 30 seconds. I don't know if you can see this, but it is there and it's easy to follow. It's amazing how many really fun ideas you can find with this stamp set. And when I first saw it, I wasn't that crazy about it. I thought I could only do one or two things, and now I think I've made a dozen cards with this stamp set. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take a little bit of Tombow glue, and we're going to snail or glue this right on top of the stamped image. There you go. Okay, and then again we're going to snail this right here. All right. In addition to that, we're going to put this on the card with dimensionals, and I always like to put one in the center because it tends to kind of slope in the center, and I guess I don't like that look. We're just about done here. Bring our card back in and kind of center this right there. Now if you notice her hat, we need to cover that up. So we're going to select a hat, and I think I'll just use the same one I used before. Any one of them would be adorable, but I'll just use the same one. And again, it doesn't take much to cut this out. And you do want to leave a little bit of a border of the very vanilla. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take my new Stampin' Blends, and this is the gray. I'm going to add a border, or the ribbon I should say, on the border. Add a little bit of dimension there with a Sharpie. Take a dimensional, put it on the back. Gonna tilt this just so we see her chin. And then we're gonna take a Sharpie, add some more hair to cover up the back of her original hat. We'll add a diamond on the brim, or the ribbon on the brim. And how about a diamond ring? Black diamond ring. And there you have the card. So I hope you enjoyed this. And anybody that chooses to use my hostess code and place a minimum order of just $20 by October 20th. Just remember 2020. I'll send you the make and take products for this card, to make this card. In addition to that, I'll send you a PDF with the make and take pieces to make these cute little treats for Halloween. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Please visit me again at stampinggala.com. Bye-bye.